So you just get really, if you're new, so you really more switch.
Another guy's still on there, more lots.
Hello.
Hi.
This is Elijah with you.
Yes.
Alrighty. So I can see he was here about a week ago. In the emergency room. The address they have on file is Bicentennial, but this one says King Street West.
Looks like we're going straight over.
Can't really that way.
Oh, God. I was worried before you came. I seen the wait times were like up to 3 hours almost.
Oh dear. Okay, so you are going to be taking this chart with you. Head back towards the waiting room and just follow the yellow footprints over to C Street. The
Okay.
chart goes on the desk and then just have the seat over there, okay?
Alright, thank you.
You're welcome.
They make that please wow.
Yeah, I can do
Classic jackpot of $5 million, plus the growing gold ball jackpot of $28 million. Find your possible.
Ontario is in dire need of healthcare workers, so much so the province wants to make it easier for professionals from other provinces to work here.
Students in Toronto who graduated from an ultrasound program were hoping to get jobs, but they're shocked to find out they can't. Explain for us, Pat Forn.
Michelle and Zoraida, imagine going to college, graduating, then you find out the program you took has not been accredited, meaning your diploma has no value, and you have to start all over again. Najma Hashmeen and Roya Sharula both took a diagnostic medical sonography program at a private college in North York. Their dream was to work in healthcare as ultrasound technicians.
I wanted to become a healthcare worker. I wanted to serve to this society.
They are among a group of 90. The president of the college calls it an unfortunate situation and said they had followed all ministry directives and thought they had done everything necessary to be accredited.
We hired qualified instructors. We have all the equipment they need. We invested millions into this program, to the equipment. We have, for example, 14 ultrasound machines, and they're not cheap.
The college says it's been in business 20 years and has 15 other programs and says nothing like this has ever happened before. It hopes the sonography program can be accredited in the future. For now, students are frustrated. They'll have to start their schooling all over again.
This thing that happened to us, it shouldn't happen.
And the college said the process of being accredited was affected by delays caused by the pandemic. It's hopeful that students who took the program will still find a way to work in the ultrasound field. On your side, I'm not for it.
If you have a consumer story idea, email us at alert@ctv.ca.
Durham region is growing, and as its population base increases, so too do the problems.
In the small village of Newcastle, parents with school kids want action on what they say are two very big issues: space and speed. CTV's John Musselman explains.
At first glance, they look like regular schools, Clark High School and the Pine Senior Public School. But there's a difference here that local residents and parents claim is unsafe. The school is located directly on Highway 115.
So Highway 115/35 is 90 kilometers, whereas every other school is 40 kilometers community safety zones. I mean, these cars really go closer to 120.
You arrive at the park here by car or school bus. There's no walking to school. Lindsay Smith's daughter is scheduled to start the 6th grade at the senior public school in September. It's the same story for Ryan Frost and his son.
It's a main freight route to Peterborough, so there's a lot of big trucks going down this way, freight and things like that. So it definitely is a safety concern for my family.
But there's another issue brewing here besides safety. Growing enrollment in the area means there isn't enough space at Newcastle Public School, so more kids may be sent to this location in the coming years. Parents say that's a mistake. They want a new school for JK to grade 12 built at a safer location to replace this setup. Education Minister Stephen Lecce visited with key stakeholders this week. The issue appears to be money. In a statement released to CTV News, the board says, while the request for funding was not granted in 2022 as part of the province-wide application cycle, we have resubmitted our request, and we will continue to advocate for the funding to support our long-term accommodation plans for the community. The local MPP for the area says, quote, the status quo does not work at Clark High School and the Pine Senior Public School. I've heard from many parents and appreciate their advocacy. That is why I invited the minister down for a tour of the site.
Soon he doesn't love is how often he says he has to be picked up, or his father has to come to school to take him to the bathroom, because his family says there aren't enough educational assistants. Mutazar Bob often waits in his van outside for when his son needs him.
I'm going to keep Sumi out of school no matter what. Even if it's caused me to not even get a job in my professional field, I would do that. That's my role to play as a parent.
When he's not shepherding his son, the van doubles as an Uber, so our Bob can work around school hours.
The problem began while Sumi was still able to walk. His parents say there weren't enough staff to help him with his exercises to slow down the progression of his spinal muscular atrophy. Last year, his mother says Sumi told her something that nearly broke her.
Mom, I want to tell you something. I stopped asking the school to take me, my ES to take me to the washroom because I feel like they are tired. And at that moment, I cried.
It's heartbreaking.
Other parents at the school say this isn't an isolated problem. Amanda Strong's son is 4 years old on the autism spectrum, and she often gets calls, she says, to pick him up.
My job's on the line, just from missed work. It's a lot.
The school council at Coos Paradise Elementary passed a motion to call on the board for more support. The Hamilton Wentworth School Board says it is actively recruiting despite a province-wide labor shortage. A spokesperson adding, we regret this happened as every child has the right to attend school and participate in their education. Education Minister Stephen Lecce's office says $3.5 billion is being invested in special education this year. But Sumi's family says time is of the essence.
He had the right and access to education. And it's a human right.
Which is
Being trailblazer, Jean Augustine.
Into accomplishments and achievements of Black Canadians.
Tonight, CTV's Andrea Case profiles the woman who spearheaded that effort as she blazed a trail for justice and equality in Canada and around the world.
Jean Augustine has spent her life in education, social activism, and working for the community. So when the Ontario Black History Society wanted Black History Month to be recognized, it fell to Augustine, the new Liberal MP from Etobicoke Lakeshore, to make it happen.
The motion, as you see it, is stripped right down to we are here, we have been making our contribution, we are a diverse group of African Canadians, and we are asking to designate February. And so there was nothing to debate.
In 1993, Augustine was the first Black woman to be elected as an MP. As she fought to have the Black History Month recognized, not everyone in the House was behind the motion.
So you want February? What's going to come from?
That's the challenge. So you're trying to cram 17 years of work into 13 minutes.
Rihanna spoke about her first live event in 7 years today. The superstar singer said she's been working so hard to get ready, she almost forgot about her birthday and Valentine's Day. The Eagles square off
At its headquarters in Smiths Falls, as well as one in Mirabel, Quebec. They'll now grow all cannabis in Kincardine and Kelowna, BC. The layoffs are expected to take place over the next few months.
Yahoo was also cutting staff. The company expected to eliminate about 1,000 jobs, or around 12% of its workforce. It'll be the first round of layoffs in a larger move to restructure the advertising tech division. 20% of staff could be gone by the end of the year. Yahoo says the move will enable it to narrow its focus and investment on its flagship ad business.
The Raptors were mostly quiet, but what will the Leafs do on trade deadline day? General Manager Kyle Dubas was asked about that today.
with the exception of goaltender, up front and on D. If there's a way that we can improve the team and give ourselves a better chance to make a run at it, then we'll do that. Some of it, I think, the larger focus is always on the bigger names, but we have to look at the people who may improve us overall, and not just the big names per se.
The NHL trade deadline is March 3rd. In the meantime, Toronto returns to action tomorrow night in Columbus after a week off.
Meanwhile, the Leafs have placed Matt Murray on injured reserve. The 28-year-old goaltender was nursing an ankle problem late last month. He skipped